and that was it.
Okay, well, this is probably the same case here.
But under the Terrorism Act, you filming sensitive things can be deemed as hostile reconnaissance.
No, it can't, mate. What section are you referring to? You said Terrorist Act. What section are you referring to?
It's not got an act, it's just filming police vehicles.
What do you mean it's not got an act? You said Terrorist Act
Terrorism
2000,
Act.
yeah.
Can I ask why you were filming the police station?
Yeah, I'm just doing an audit of the police station.
Why?
People are interested in public photography and stuff like that.
Alright, it's just because what you were filming is sensitive.
Okay.
Building.
I'm on a public footpath.
No, yes, correct, you are.
You didn't mind me filming you in the car?
No, no problem, you're in a public place.
Yeah.
But when you start pointing the camera towards the police building, like the entrances and exits.
Yeah. I can see it from Google Earth as well.
Also, under the Terrorism Act, it can be perceived that you are doing hostile reconnaissance.
I'm not doing hostile reconnaissance.
Okay, that's why I want to speak to you and clarify what your intention was.
Would someone that would be doing hostile reconnaissance do it in broad daylight? Like,
quite possibly, we don't know. I don't know that.
Don't talk nonsense, mate.
I'm not talking nonsense.
You're talking rubbish, mate. I'm not doing hostile reconnaissance. Don't use words like that.
I can use what I want.
No, don't say that. Don't use words like that.
Okay.
You can't use words like that.
I can.
Hostile reconnaissance. You think this is hostile reconnaissance, yeah?
Can be. It can be.
What, in broad daylight?
Yeah, it can be.
All of this I can see here, I can see from Google Earth. If I was going to do hostile reconnaissance, I'd do it at night.
But then obviously when my colleagues are going into the...
Right from the opening seconds, we get the classic move. An officer approaches a guy standing on a public sidewalk doing absolutely nothing illegal, and within 10 seconds, we've jumped straight to the scary buzzwords: Terrorism Act and hostile reconnaissance. That escalation is deliberate. It's designed to intimidate first and justify later. But let's be clear. Simply holding a camera in public does not magically turn someone into a terrorist. This is the opening move of a fishing expedition, not policing.
Building,
yeah, I can film them, mate. I'm going to keep filming them.
I'm just asking you why.
I've told you I'm doing an audit of the police station.
Just of Tottenham? Of all the police stations?
I don't have to answer questions. Are we done?
Yeah, just... don't go past that. You see that building line there?
Why not?
That is private property. Is
it? Where does it say that?
It's denoted by the different colour of the line.
Is it?
See, this is for council parking purposes. This is private property, and this is public property.
I don't know anything about that, to be fair, so I'm not going to argue about that. All right, fair enough. I can't argue something I don't know, but
okay, that's fine. So you can be here all day filming, but as soon as you point your camera at the back doors,
I can film anything I can see from public, mate.
That's fine.
I'm not trying to wind you up. I'm just telling you, like,
yeah, but
it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Also, in the current climate, people filming.
What current climate's that?
The threat level we're in.
Okay, what is the current climate? Please explain the current climate.
Section 43 of the Terrorism Act 2000 is very specific. An officer must have reasonable suspicion that you are a terrorist before using it. Not, you made me uncomfortable. Not, it's the current climate. Actual suspicion based on facts. The auditor shuts this down immediately, and rightly so. Google Earth exists. If terrorists want to see a building, they're not doing it with a camera in daylight and a bright red recording light.
You should really see what's happened in the last couple of days in European countries.
Yeah, I see. We've got a problem with jihadi terrorists. Yeah. What, the last time? When was the last time we had a jihadi attack here?
London Bridge?
Yeah, November last year. And that guy was released from prison. He served half his sentence and he was released from prison. Now, unless you suspect me of being a jihadi terrorist, I suggest, then why are you using words like current climate and stuff then?
Because I was talking to you just to make
you said hostile reconnaissance, you said terrorist act, you said current climate. Come on, mate.
When people put cameras at police stations...
That's not cool, mate. That's not cool. Don't say stuff like that.
I can say what I want.
I understand. Like, it's freedom of speech,
exactly.
Of course.
Thank you very much.
No, I'm not disputing that, but it's just a little bit insensitive to be using words like terrorist and stuff.
When people start pointing the cameras at police stations...
Yeah, but it's not a malicious intent, is it?
But me to speak to you, to engage with you, if you're saying, I just like filming police stations, all right, you may have a hobby of taking pictures of different police stations. That's fair enough. We've got no problem with that.
Then why have you used those other buzzwords?
Because I come over to you to speak to you, to engage with you, because you filming the police car, the police van stops up there, got no problem. You're not pointing at anything that's sensitive.
Then comes the classic nonsense, the magic pavement myth. Apparently, a slightly different shade of gray stone now creates an invisible force field of privacy. Here's the rule of thumb. If you can see it from a public place, you can photograph it. Front door, back door, sidewall, it makes no difference. A police station is brick and mortar, not a nuclear launch facility. There is no law against filming it.
But what about the number plate? That might be sensitive.
No.
No?
Because
All right.
reason
The story's
being,
not adding up, mate. There's too many
the vehicle is
inconsistencies,
not
mate.
The vehicle number plate is not sensitive because you can't access the database to find out what that vehicle is. And if you do check that number plate, that just says it's a police van.
All right, well, if you're happy that...
So, and this is a lovely big marked vehicle, so it's nothing secretive about it.
All right.
But I want to speak to people who start filming people, police staff going in and out of buildings.
Not interested in
I
any
don't
police
know
staff.
until I speak to you. Yeah?
When was a police station's never been targeted by a terrorist in this country?
Doesn't matter.
Since what, the
Does
IRA,
not matter.
1980s?
Does
Of
not
course it
matter.
matters,
No,
because
no,
we've got
just because it's never happened doesn't mean it's never
extrapolate
gonna
based
happen.
on...
When the legal argument collapses, the officer pivots to the vaguest phrase in policing history, the current climate. That's code for, I don't have a law, but I want compliance anyway. The auditor doesn't fall for it. In fact, he turns the officer's own terrorism talk back on him, referencing real attacks and real context. And suddenly, the officer looks uncomfortable because now facts have entered the conversation.
Things that have happened, do you know what I mean?
Right. Police officers have been attacked
Yeah.
outside of work, and we've had recent on this borough in North area.
Okay.
People filming police officers coming in and going out of their police buildings in Enfield.
Really?
Yes. All right.
Okay, and what has that resulted in?
We stopped, spoke to them, see what they were doing, and that was it.
Okay, well, this is probably the same case here.
But under the Terrorism Act, you filming sensitive things can be deemed as hostile reconnaissance.
No, it can't, mate. What section
It
are you
can.
referring to? You said terrorist act. What section are you referring to?
It's not got an act, it's just filming police vehicles.
What do you mean it's not got an act? You said Terrorist
The
Act
Terrorism
2000.
Act.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
what section are you referring to? There's different sections of the act,
There
isn't
is.
there?
So if I was to stop and search you under Terrorism Act, it'd be section 43.
Okay, then.
But I'm not doing that. But what I'm saying
I
is
hope you won't.
hostile filming, you could get arrested for...
You couldn't get arrested,
You
mate.
can actually,
You ain't got
yeah.
any grounds. Well, then why don't you do it,
I'm
then?
not doing it because I gathered from what you've told me that
Oh,
you're
fair
not
play,
doing
mate.
something...
Fair play. You've used your judgment.
Watch the logic fall apart. First, filming is a massive security threat. Then the officer admits the number plate isn't sensitive because it's clearly marked as a police vehicle. So which is it? Top secret intelligence or rolling billboard? This is what happens when someone challenges the script instead of submitting to it. The officer finally admits he just wants to engage. That's not a lawful duty, that's curiosity.
Exactly.
You know that I'm not a threat, so fair play. But
But if I started filming your house,
you don't live here, mate.
and I'm just saying, if I filmed your house, you would come and speak to me about why you filmed my house.
Yeah, but you don't live here, so it's
No,
not.
but I
It's
work
not the
here.
same. You work here, sure. But if you're
Yeah.
from public, to be fair, I know the public
Just like
photography laws.
you go into any other building and you start filming everything, people come and speak to you, ask you what you're doing.
Well, maybe this is the whole point of this.
All right.
Enlighten people about the
I work
public
at the
photography
airport.
laws. Okay.
All right. And as you can see, I work
Aviation police, yeah?
Exactly.
Alright, fair enough.
So you start filming at the airport, I always take it to ask what you're doing, and you say.
But an
"You're going on
airport
holiday."
isn't a public, is it?
It is actually. It's public
Is it?
and private, yeah.
Okay,
Heathrow
well,
is. It's a bit of
my
a weird
understanding
one.
that Heathrow was a private place, but
It is private, but people have public access to it because it's a transport hub. But it's owned by a private company, therefore it's a private building to a degree.
I understand what you're saying, yeah.
But
Here's the golden moment. The officer threatens the Terrorism Act, and when asked which section, he says it's not got an act. That's alarming. If you're going to threaten someone's liberty, you'd better know the legislation. He eventually guesses Section 43, then admits he's not using it. Translation, he has no power here. If he could arrest, he would. He can't, so he debates.
Does that mean supermarkets are private, public? Like,
they're
same
public place.
same analogy, you've got public access. You might as well crack on, to be honest, mate. I don't want to keep you, you might as well crack on.
I just want to make sure you're doing. That's what
Would you mind identifying yourself?
That's my shoulder number.
Is that what you'd say to a judge? What if I can't read,
My
mate?
shoulder number, you can see that.
What's your name?
SO 3338.
Alright, what's your name?
My work number is 231913. That's my definition.
Alright, buddy, have a good day.
Then comes the desperate comparison. How would you like it if I filmed your house? Officer, this isn't your living room. You're a public servant, in uniform, outside a public building. No expectation of privacy. The aviation police comment explains everything. He's applying airport security logic to a public street in Tottenham. And finally, notice who ends the interaction. Not the officer. The auditor releases him. That walk back to the van says it all. 6 minutes of bluff, zero authority, cleared for takeoff back to Heathrow.